T. It's in the name.
Welcome into Helping Healing Humor with Ben and Travis podcast. Today we have a celebrity, a bona fide Challenge Youth Conference celebrity, Rico Suave, for a special Valentine's Day edition of this podcast. And we certainly do not want to put that off any longer. And so we'll get to that conversation right after these important messages. This episode of the Helping Healing Humor with Ben and Travis podcast is presented by Faulkner University. Faulkner University is a private Christian liberal arts university based in Montgomery, Alabama, with a mission to provide an education anchored by not only intellect, but also character and service. The Faulkner experience aims to educate the whole person. Every individual matters every day. We all want to become better versions of ourselves. No one wants to remain trapped where they are because of missed opportunities and unrealized dreams. At Faulkner University, we believe your dreams don't have an expiration date. We understand that you're looking for more than a degree. You want to find your niche and thrive in your career. Whether you're a high school senior just beginning your trek or an adult student looking for a better path, Faulkner is here to help guide your journey. Go to faulkner.edu to apply or get more info. That's faulkner.edu. I'm Travis Creasy. That's all pro counselor with 3-Chord Counseling in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Ben Hayes, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Getting ready for all these February things we got coming up. Challenge Youth Conference coming up. But of course, we have to make sure and take care of the loves of our lives. And that is Valentine's Day coming up. And so with that, we have a super special guest on today that is just an expert in the ways of love and taking care of people and helping answer some questions and answer people's letters. So we want to, introduce to you, if you don't know him already, Rico Suave. Good to have you on the show, Rico.
Oh, yes, sir, Ben. It is so good to be here, and Mr. Travis as well. And the pleasure is all yours, I'm sure.
Absolutely is all ours. And we cannot wait to hear just some of your answers for some tough questions sometimes. We get tough questions on here sometimes.
Okay, it is no problem. Rico is always here for my friends to answer questions of life that come in. We ponder these deep things sometimes, and the answers really, if we think about them, are quite simple. We just need to hash them out, and I'm always happy to help.
Excellent. Well, one of the first things that we're asked about it, and those who are watching this can see just the absolute glory and beauty of your hair. I mean, it's fantastic. It's always fantastic. And so somebody wanted us to ask the question, how do you get that hair so perfect?
I cannot take all the credit. It is natural. I just, let it grow out a little bit. It's important to keep it trimmed, not get it too long. The COVID days, I did let it grow out a little bit thin. Not a good look on Rico. I knew that. But it is really quite simple. The hair, we have the females that may go through the morning or nightly rituals. They take care of their face with creams or oils. And with Rico, I use shampoo. I make sure every time I shower, especially with my face, I shampoo my face. And so it really is just shampoo and natural. But I make sure to fluff it out, make sure the curls are showing. And I appreciate the compliments on the hair. But it's a unique feature, I guess.
So you heard it here, folks. Shampoo is the key.
Shampoo. Never miss shampoo when you shower. Every 3 days.
Every 3 days. Okay. Good to know.
Thanks to Cayron Man, who's actually been on the show. She asked that question. That was a great question.
I know sometimes you like to read your letters, so thought you might want to do that.
Okay. Yes, sure. I do have one letter here. Let's see. This one will say, Dear Rico Suave. This is me. Can I give my wife a mini Lego figure for Valentine's Day? And would it double as an anniversary gift? A mini Lego figure. Yes, the more you think about this, I believe that giving gifts like this that are for Valentine's Day and that will double for other gifts, you have to to really put in some thought. The key to putting in the thought is to listen to the subtle hints that your wife may give you along the way. These could go on for a few days, could go on for a few months. You must be an active listener. I give you an example. My wife told me several years ago that she wanted to be more active inside the house with some house projects. She says she wanted to be also more active outside the house with outdoor activities, and also wanted to make sure that we could prepare weekly meals that did not require so much thought. Everything sort of planned out for you. And Rico listened to these things. So I listened. I took those subtle hints and I said, I would give you 3 gifts. 3 gifts I give. Number 1, I give a cookbook, 30 days to a new you. And that was in this particular gentleman's question, having the minifigure. If she wants a minifigure cookbook, great idea. 30 days to a new you. Another gift I give was a new vacuum cleaner to be more active inside the home. The opportunities are almost endless, depending on this new vacuum cleaner for the house. The outside activities, I give 90-day membership to a gym. And, when she opened these gifts for me, you should have seen the look on her face, complete shock. I was just in shock.
It was just that good, huh? It was just.
But you have to listen. You listen to the subtle hints, and you pick up on these things to give a good gifts to your wife.
Look, we know, on this show, we've had a lot of different people. We've talked about that. Communication is key, and not just you talking, but listening, hearing what they're saying. So excellent advice for sure. Excellent advice.
Shout out to William C. He was the one who asked about the Lego minifigures as well.
So I hope that helps with the minifigure.
Yes. And to be honest, I'm a little nervous. I mean, I know that you're a part of the Skits with the Truth presentation every year, just about every year when you work us into your schedule. And so people may assume that we just get to hang out all the time with Rico, but that's not true. You have a very packed schedule. So let me, again, thank you very much for being with us for this time to answer these questions. Interesting enough, our next question comes from the one, the only Jerry Elder. And so we'll throw this out here. What are your thoughts about going to White Castle for the Valentine's special with your loved one of 40 years?
40 years. That's and White Castle has a Valentine's special. That's the questions, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
And Jerry Elder. Now I see him at CYC. He's the one on stage with the other man in the very fancy coat, Senor Dell, I believe.
Yes,
correct.
The White Castle special. Now, Rico, I'm a fan of White Castle and little bitty sandwiches. I do think, though, for Valentine's Day and the 40-year dinner, is that right here? 40 years?
40 years. Yes. Pretty impressive, Jerry Elder. Good job.
Very incredible. But I do think that perhaps another option could be key here with a very special occasion instead of the White Castle. I would recommend going to the restaurant where you have the face-to-face customer service with the server there. There's the fresh vegetables and they will prepare the food right there in front of your face. It's almost just like a mini show. And you have the fresh chickens, the fresh steaks. I would recommend in this case a Subway. I believe that could be key for the special occasion. Subway is a great experience for the fresh food and that experience there. Now you can, depending on your budget, you could also consider a member-only dining experience. I know of a gentleman, he recently took his spouse to Costco. Costco has a different variety of foods there, and you sit down at one of their white tables. It is member only, so it does take some exclusivity to get access to the dining experience. But there's 2 great options for especially the 40 year.
How about this question? What candy conversation heart might you give to someone who is special to you? This question comes from Shelley P, and she just says, which candy conversation heart would you suggest I give to someone special?
Rico has given lots of candy heart conversations. It's hard to recall them all, but I think, again, listening, depending on the personality type you may be giving these hearts to, there are some that you can have custom made on some websites these days. And I recommend, for someone who maybe thinks that they're not being seen very well, you could develop one that says, seen at 11:59 p.m. This is perfect for someone special who to perhaps get their text messages ignored all day long, and it still holds a special place in your heart. Know that you are seen, even at 11:59 p.m. So that's good. For someone who perhaps is tech savvy, you could have a heart that says, "Share a spreadsheet?" Question mark. The tech savvy person knows exactly what this spreadsheet is. It's what the ultra romantic person that you're interacting with that likes to see things flow together with charts and with colors. And this is for the relationship that operates on practicality and efficiency. There's a formula for everything, my friend.
Nice.
You certainly seem to have the formula, Rico. You certainly seem to have it.
I feel the love. Anytime my spreadsheet is shared with me, it just warms my heart deep down inside.
Efficiency.
It's almost as special as a group text.
Yes.
I mean, like, who doesn't love a good group text to share with a bunch of people? So
I love also in the group text there are private conversations between two individuals that go on and on and on, and no one else is included. I love that as part of the group text.
and nobody else cares to jump in there. And so yeah, you could take it somewhere else, but why would you do that? Why don't you just keep it right here?
Inclusivity. Yes, being included in the group. Correct.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So our next question comes from a regular with the show, Pam Lenz, and she asks, "How do you, Rico? How do you treat your special lady? Candy, flowers, something else?"
Yes, I've done a variety of things throughout the years. I tell you, it's the element of surprise is always key in any relationship. One classic example I share with you is on Valentine's Day one year I driving home and I pretend throughout the day that I forgot all about Valentine's Day. I just let it go on all day. My wife thinking, he don't remember. I remembered, I just pretend that I forget. And on the way home, I see a gas station and I pick up the gas station flowers and take them home. Surprise. It's surprise. And so, it's about the listening. And sometimes you have those aha moments. And so I drive home, I see gas. I think, gas, my wife. I hop in the store, I pick up the flowers, and boom, surprise. Gas station flowers. And the look on her face once again, shock. I love shocking my wife. So that is one thing that I've done in the past to surprise my wife.
Very, very sweet thoughts, and especially connecting the gas with your wife. I mean, it's brilliant. It had to make her feel good.
Yes. Another suggestion, the spending the special moments together, how you may treat someone. Ben, you mentioned communication would be key. I think you could also end the night by sharing some of your deepest thoughts, some of your dreams that maybe you ponder throughout the day. I like to end the day sometimes sharing with my wife about my deep thoughts of my fantasy football team. Because nothing says I love you like talking about your true passions. So you go on and on. You could talk for hours if you need to. Fantasy football. One suggestion.
Yeah.
Lots of those things. That's awesome that we have that in common, Rico. There's nothing that helps my wife rest as well as hearing about my fantasy football thoughts. So.
And I believe, Travis, I once hear you say that you have to get it right. It's the right players on the right teams at the right times, and it's magical when you share your moments like that.
It is very true. That is very true.
With that one, we'll kind of piggyback off of how you treat your Valentine's Day special person. But how about this one? How do you bring back the romance of your relationship when you have a baby currently on the way? And, we all know that can sometimes get a little difficult. So how do you bring back the romance? How do you celebrate when you have a baby on the way?
Yes, the baby on the way could complicate things somewhat. May you get distracted trying to make some preparations. So you could make perhaps a combo out of this scenario. Why not create magic moments together in the early days? I have a wild night of assembling baby furniture together from IKEA. Those would take hours and hours, spend lots of time together. You not have the right pieces, perhaps helps you communicate better too, how to figure those things out. And nothing says romance like deciphering instruction manuals together from IKEA. You could even dim the lights, create some ambiance, and sing baby lullabies to each other as you are preparing for those moments there. That's one suggestion for you.
Yeah, you just have to be creative, right? Creative.
Very much.
So it's fantastic. I love it.
The mission of Heritage Christian University is simple. They aim to advance the churches of Christ by equipping servants through undergraduate and graduate programs. HCU produces effective communicators of the gospel, focusing on evangelism and a commitment to Scripture. Heritage Christian University offers 5 degrees: Associate of Arts in Biblical Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Biblical Studies, Master of Arts, Master of Ministry, and Master of Divinity. HCU is accredited by the Association for Biblical Higher Education and is an associate member of the Association of Theological Schools. Since 1968, Heritage Christian University has offered affordable degrees in biblical studies, allowing graduates to thrive in their ministries without the burden of loan debt. In fact, most graduates finish at HCU without owing anything for their education. For the spring 2024 semester, HCU is offering full tuition scholarships for the graduate level students. For more information about the scholarships they offer, visit www.hcu.edu. HCU invites you to the 2024 Heritage event at the Marriott Shoals Conference Center. Join them on Saturday, August 24th for an incredible night of music from the legendary Ricky Skaggs and Kentucky Thunder. General admission tickets and table sponsorships are available for purchase. Visit hcu.edu to purchase your tickets today. If you think HCU is the perfect university for you, visit hcu.edu to schedule a tour or apply today. Heritage Christian University helps you thrive in your ministry. Our final question for time, once again, Rico, man, I mean, cutting out this much time to hang out with us, I mean, that just means the world to Ben and I. We'd love to have you, especially with CYC coming up right around the corner, all the details and stuff that you got to get lined up for that. And we certainly hope that the schedule works out. You know, it's always tentatively. You got so much going on. We hope that you're able to be with us in just a few weeks. Everybody's looking forward to it. But really the question I think that applies to all of us, I mean, whether it's keeping it going or finding it, how do you know when you have found true love?
Yes, there are many different things to consider. Different emotions involved. I may offer a few suggestions here. You could be some small things to consider at the very early stages of your relationship. Maybe you're out to dinner and you decide to get a dessert and you want to split the dessert. And sometimes, depending on who's cutting, it's not split evenly. There's one half bigger than the other. If that happens, the person who splits it, they share the larger half with the other person. And they take the smaller half. This could be a key sign as far as how they share. They always give you more. That could be a small thing. It could be a small thing that if you are in a relationship and maybe you see this person in the morning at school or at work and you begin to enjoy the smell of their stinky breath versus fresh air. That could be possible. Just the small things that build along the way. I also heard a recent story recently that there was a boyfriend, girlfriend who were on the couch watching TV together, and the girlfriend, she asked the boyfriend, "Hey, isn't there a basketball game on right now?" And she turns the channel to the basketball channel. And he thought, "Oh, well, how nice." And she leaves the room. And then he notices after a while, look at his watch, she'd been gone for 2 hours. He thought, my goodness, where's she been? He discovered she was taking a nap. So essentially, she kept him occupied with the basketball game like a small toddler while she goes and nap. Nothing wrong with that. It could be win-win. She get nap, he get basketball. And so they do two things along the way of how people are considerate and keeping them occupied. But I think about the end solution. What is kind of what are the main purposes in life that we share together. And ultimately, if you are a Christian and you can discover that your significant other is doing things that they draw closer to you, and as you draw closer together, you draw closer to God together. And I think that could be the ultimate sign of true love.
It's just good stuff, man. Just amazing the kind of stuff that you give us. And I think that last one, of course, might be the best one. But maybe one day we will attain to the wisdom of Rico. And all of those out there listening can attain to that wisdom and to that fantastic hair for sure.
Thank you, my friends. It is, once again, pleasure is all yours, I'm sure. It's so good to be here. And I always look forward to CYC, seeing my friends, especially you gentlemen there.
We'd like to thank Kevin Gross for that last question, posing that to us. If you'd like to get on if you'd like your questions posed in future episodes, the Helping Healing Humor podcast, you can join our Facebook group. It's facebook.com/groups/Ben and Travis. And if you just have to have some more Rico, like I need more Rico, you can go to the Challenge Youth Conference YouTube channel there on the YouTubes, and you can find him and find Rico in all of his glory, along with a lot of good speakers and presentations. But Rico, we are so thankful once again the opportunity to ask our wonderful friends questions to you.
No, I so much enjoyed our time together, and I look forward to seeing you boys again soon.
Thanks for being with us for this episode of the Helping Healing Humor podcast. Be sure to download our free ebook, 28 Days of Focused Living, at benandtravis.com and receive all of our Helping Healing and Humor extra content directly in your inbox. We look forward to having you join us at the same Ben and Travis time, same Ben and Travis channel.